last one.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to spell the first name for you. It's Kazi. Cazzey. Kazi Louis Cheragino. So that's the first name. Cazzey. Middle name is Louis. Last name is Cereghino.
Oh, he has to be Macho Man.
Macho Man.
No. Want to take another guess?
Hillbilly Jim? Jim Goblin?
Hacksaw.
You see, you're kind of in the right look-wise, but you're not in the right wrestler at all.
Okay.
All right. Give us a second. I'm looking at the photo, and he was a dead ringer for fucking Macho Man.
Yeah.
Because he has the bandana, the beard, and the fucking glasses as well. And he has the arms cut off the fucking suit as well. So I'm looking at that.
No, that wouldn't work. Like, he wouldn't be Cowboy. Sure, he wouldn't. Bob Orton? No.
No. Good guess. No. Foxy, do you give up?
Yeah.
Might need to give me something to go on here.
Actually, wait. Hold on.
Okay.
Just because I'm looking
I'm trying to give you something that, like, so ultra famous wrestler. I don't want to.
I'm just looking at the photos.
I don't want to give you something that's going to give it away, though. It's very easy to give something away for this guy.
So just based on this photo that's here, Bruiser Brody.
Correct.
Yeah, I was about to say Brody.
He's playing Bruiser.
Say Brody, yeah.
Yeah, no, they're like, check that,
fair. Yeah, I'm okay with that, yeah.
Because just seeing that photo alone, I'm like, yep. No, I could definitely see that. To be honest, like, again, some of them may not match up, but like, fuck it, like,
You went till you see them in the...
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. That's the thing. You kind of have to... Do you know what? I've said this several times, but ever since way back in the day when I was... one of the fucking idiots going around saying, "Oh, Heath Ledger's going to be the Joker. What a fucking loser!" And then I was so horribly wrong. Yeah. I tend to reserve my opinions now until I see them.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. So that was a lot of technobabble there. So I'll explain what was on the CD there. So
yeah, we were talking about a movie. It's coming out. It's called Yarn Claw.
Yarn Claw. Yeah. Shut up. So, the two clues were capsules and a leaf cut in half, right? That's actually supposed to explain what they've been doing. So, Narc, the drug, which is supposed to be a combination of morphine and LSD, just smashed together, impossibly, has basically been kind of laced in the capsules, in the actual gelatin capsules of standard normal drugs. And that's why all four of them were just like generic medications that everyone has. However, the trick is that they have basically chemically cleaved Narc in two, basically like half and half, right across all the way down. So the half of the compound is harmlessly in the capsule, and the second half is in another set. And basically, when you take two of the medications together, basically when in the like environment like your stomach, the two come back together, and basically Narc is released into the bloodstream. And the other way you could tell basically is that the Hollyhock's crest that's on the capsules, one part on the left might be missing, and that's part one, and then the stuff on the right is part two. So the whole K9 is actually just a project to lace the like half of Narc onto each capsule, and then keep a track of which halves you have, basically. It sounds really cool, sounds really insidious, sounds really evil. It is also chemically impossible. So enjoy that. It's literally, there's no physical way of doing that. So it sounds fun at the least. But like, if you want to simplify, basically they've done it so that some stuff is laced with morphine and some stuff is laced with LSD. Basically doesn't activate until you take the two together, and it melts in your bloodstream, in your stomach, and metabolizes. That's basically the crack. It also means that they are making literally everyone in space a drug addict by default. In other words, it's like, if this is what every conspiracy theorist thinks Big Pharma actually do. So, if anything, Kojima has indulged that bit of the conspiracy theorist brain.
Oh, if only. If only. That's
You
good.
know, somebody should just Photoshop a little.
Oh, do that! Do that and send that to fucking Amy just for the laugh.
Okay, I don't even have to like watch the video. I just see the caption. Yep, that's it. I don't need it.
Yeah, I just like when there's just something like, hey, what age are you? 16. Oh, hey. It's just to walk away going, yeah, we're done. Yeah,
That's it. Nope. End the conversation.
Yep.
We're done.
Yep.
Good night.
Sorry, not talking to you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Oh, and look how convenient. Redwood took away all of our evidence. Told you that guy was evil.
He's just misunderstood.
No, he's evil.
True, he is a scientist. All those scientists are.
No,
evil.
I was talking about Redwood. The Victor's on our
Hey,
side.
look, it's the guy from Avengers. The Nazi guy that gets trapped in a computer. See him there on the right-hand side?
Yeah, I see Gorby. I know who you're referring to. Again, the hilarious thing is that's meant to be Gorbachev, but as a 3D render.
I know,
Yeah,
it just looks like a baby.
It does. It's gas. Yeah.
To be fair, Gorbachev did look like a bit of a baby as well.
He had the baby head. Oh. Abraham Lincoln's angry at us.
徳川のパーティーを台無しにしたそうだな。久しぶりに会ったんで盛り上がったんだ。徳川は BCP とジョナサンを訴えるところだったんだぞ。
I love that Tokugawa can get away with inviting members of every mafia on Earth, but us insulting him in front of his people, that's worse.
わかったな。以上だ。さあ、置いていい。くれぐれも面倒は起こすな。
We promise to behave ourselves, Chief. We don't promise anything.
やれやれ。これぐらいで済んでよかった。さあ、どうする?
He's definitely listening in on your conversation with the chief.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah. Oh look what he has in his hand.
Looking for these?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you bollocks. Give me them.
No, you must listen to my exposition first. Yeah.
I had a look at them there.
Oh yeah,
No.
you can trust me, Tony Redwood. I'm very trustworthy. With my lack of viruses. You see there, they're not the same ones. Because it's a full crest. So he has actually switched them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's all one big conspiracy. Why don't I believe you, Tony?
俺はあんたらと違って忙しいんだ。ビヨンド30周年記念パレードの警備の打ち合わせもしなくちゃならん。こんなつまらんことにいつまでも関わってる暇はない。じゃあ。
I don't have time for these whims of yours.
And he just pieces out conveniently as well. With no means of us to riposte.
唯一の証拠だったのに。くそ。この BCP に奴らの犬が。ビクトルか。レッドウッドか。
It would be cool to do a voiceover for a video game.
I know there was I know there was talk of doing a dub for this, but I think I know the translation project were very insistent on keeping the Japanese voice acting, which is fair enough because, as I say, it's a bitch to try and go through and replace each audio track, especially in the PlayStation, because they are all just singular audio tracks at that point.
But
So-
also like making sure that it times out properly.
That too, yeah, because you have to clip at a certain point. Which actually what happens. That's what happens in my emulation. When I tried to play this for the channel, was that it would clip. It would start moving on to the next line in dialogue when like it's clearly not the time. So like, yeah, it's
Cut your sandwich.
I was just reading about a fucking wrestler who had to retire at the age of 23. If you have to retire at the age of 23 and you're a wrestler, you're doing it wrong.
Well, or just one really bad injury. That could be it too.
Did it say
No,
what?
he was a deathmatch wrestler.
Well,
well,
that
yeah.
explains it.
Like that?
You don't have to say anymore.
Yeah. That say less. That just answered the question. Like,
And yeah, actually, do you know what? I take it back. No, because there is such a thing as just having a catastrophic injury. That is possible, of course. I'm talking about if you're a deathmatch wrestler and or the moves you're doing are causing you untold pain. Yeah, you're doing it wrong, dude.
Completely necessary, yeah.
just don't do deathmatch wrestling. Like, it's fucking shite. Because no one can do it.
No, I mean, I think like it depends on the sit. Like, it loses all meaning to me. Again, it's like, to me, personally speaking, it's like a cage match or a Hell in a Cell or something like that. It's if it's at the end of this huge, big, long fucking blood feud, then okay, I'm fine with it as a blow off, one off. If it's every fucking match, it loses meaning and it loses any kind of interest at all. If it's a big fucking thing that's running and this is the blow off, this is the end, we're done, okay, then you know what, it's fine. I have no issue with it. I know Foxy absolutely hates them, but I think it's okay as a stipulation. But then it's how you work in that stipulation and what you do in that stipulation that matters.
And it's always that kind of Hell in a Cell paradox, isn't it? Where like the Hell in a Cell was always kind of presented as like, this is the ultimate feud ender. This is what you use. This is what you use to deploy to say, all right, this feud has got to a certain point where it must be settled on this. It is settled because it is just nothing but blood and gore, and you move on from there. But because there was such a clamor for more Hell in a Cell matches, they gave you an actual pay-per-view called Hell in a Cell, and now the entire thing is diluted to the point of a farce, where like there's disqualifications and countouts now in a Hell in a Cell match, which should never have happened.
Well, I think they're dialing a bit back now. I think they're kind of going back.
Yeah, I was referring to like a couple of years ago when they were very fucking.
No, that's true. That's true. Likewise with Elimination Chamber and all that. I just think like it can be I think a death match can be a speciality match. It can be an attraction match, but not a build a promotion around these type of matches thing.
Yeah,
that's just, to me, it just gets boring.
There's a difference between like, say, like I slated WWE there, so for balance I'll slate AEW. Blood and Guts, for example, I think is a complete waste of time because you're doing that once a year and every match is a gore fest, but like none of the matches stand out then in that sense. So like one could be more gory than the other. Even for All In, which is a show I genuinely enjoyed, I'm thinking, why are all these lads blading?
Yeah,
80,000 people. No one can fucking see it.
That's my point. Even fucking profuse blading consistently. I mean, even now, I know. You can use examples in the past, and it wasn't fucking to my taste then either. Flair and all that.
Yeah,
like it wasn't to my taste then either. Again, I think it's when it's a big match, when it's a big fucking match. Yeah, blade then. Okay, do that.
Because then how else does it differentiate from what you've done already?
That's exactly it. That's exactly it. It does. It can give it that step up where it's going, okay, fuck. Okay, they're throwing everything out the window now. But if you're doing it every match, it's just kind of like, oh, bleeding again.
But also, it's also that, like, because like with AEW doing it so much, I know they're doing it to kind of like to kind of cater to their core demographic of like wrestling shut-ins. But I've learned from like watching a WWE show that's like, again, quite sterile and controlled, and does what it does quite well, and then certain things very poorly. And then AEW, which is almost the opposite side of it.
Well, you see, this is what I was
yeah.
going to say, and I categorically disagree with it. Is that I think AEW basically, if there was a list of everything that WWE does, policies, etc., it's like they just went, we're just going to do the exact
opposite. Exactly. Yeah.
Which,
and much to that argument, I look
which
at it going,
unfortunately,
like,
there's so many things put in place there for a good reason, like health and safety.
Yeah.
We don't allow blading anymore, in generally speaking, because it's not a great thing to be doing. You know, no headshots because it's not a great thing to be doing. We want to drug test you because it's not a great thing to be doing. There's certain things that I know you want to be different, and I know you want to be opposite, but you probably shouldn't be different on certain things.
Yeah,
you probably should just say, yeah, okay, we're going to do the same thing.
Yeah, like I said, you can take your advantages and tendencies from various different parts of your programming. Like, don't take liberties with people's safety and people's health.
100%.
Yeah,
be an alternative. I want an alternative. Everybody wants an alternative.
Everyone does,
competition breeds the best television. Of course, you want an alternative.
Yeah.
Well, I like. There's a lot of shit that I can't fucking like. Clearly, hiring people who have severe drug issues just because WWE is firing them. You know, Jeff Hardy. Like. You're just advertising that you don't test.
Yeah,
you know, like
it's the relevancy, it's the short termism of it all. And like I said, like, even with All In, I'm looking at like all these, like the first match fucking Punk is blading, and he does a shit job of it, of course, because he doesn't do anything right these days. Hi, Aaron. But literally, I'm fucking.
Is Aaron a big CM Punk mark? Is he?
He is, yeah, a little bit.
Is he? To be fair, hold my hands up. Back in the day, Pipe Bomb era, Summer of Punk, I was a huge Punk mark as well.
Absolutely,
I did love Punk. I'll hold my hands up to that. I loved it because it was different. But you see, my theory now is Punk worked back then because he was anti-WWE in WWE.
Yes.
Right? That worked. Right? That worked really well. Anti-WWE outside of WWE just makes you everybody else.
You look a bit sad as well.
You're boring. I can't do anything except mention this other company. And it's just it's kind of clowny. It's corny. Like I don't. That gimmick doesn't work in another company. You have to be. If he came into AEW and was like. You know, my problem back in WWE was, you know, it was authority. I don't like authority or whatever, and then went against AEW in general, like, and was like anti-AEW. Then it would work.
Yeah, because that's his character.
Yeah. But it doesn't work elsewhere. But I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
do you think he's going to go back to? Do you think he's going to go back to WWE?
I can't see him go.
I can't see it happening.
No. Like, unless he wants to make stupid amounts of money in a year or something like that.
That's assuming they're offering it to him. I don't think they're going to offer it to him.
No, but I don't think there's any need for him to come back, and I don't think
that's what I mean. Like, why they don't. Maybe a few years back, but they're doing their best ratings in like a decade.
They don't have a need for him, exactly.
And also, arguably, the pop is gone. He's returned.
Yeah,
already.
It's long gone.
You know?
Yeah, but it's the pop of coming back to WWE.
Yeah, that's a fair
There's
point.
Still money to be made.
Yeah.
Whether we like him or not, they might bring him in as almost like the Goldberg kind of two matches.
Look, they are a company that have prided themselves on like if there's money to be made with you, we don't really care what you've done or said about us. We'll do business.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough. Business is business. I just don't know. I also
the two boys are missing.
Their heads have been cut off. Yeah.
I don't know if he'd survive in the current locker room though either, because he has his from all. Now again, I know I've never shared a locker room with guys, so I don't know. But all accounts, he comes in throwing his weight around and then tries to be a de facto locker room leader. Don't think that's going to work there now. I think you have your established leaders.
Yeah, his head's gone too.
And, okay, his head is very gone.
Yes, and there's actual blood as well. Because that wasn't a wax figure last time.
パイオニアのプレートにも何か書いてある。その宇宙服にも書いてあるぞ。
You're all very calm at this, lads. Like,
So we-
何か書いてある。
Oh.
この件から手を引け。リスノー
Drop the case, Policenauts.
Bear in mind, this would be in Japanese, so
I was just he
Yeah.
said what I was gonna say. Subtle.
Yeah.
You know.
いや、ちょっと調べ物さ。
what's also subtle is what Jonathan was doing earlier on. So we skipped over this the first time he met 9 stars, but Ed asked him, "Did you light a cigarette?" And Jonathan went, "No." Stop asking, and that'll
これは何かのメッセージ。
that'll become a point later on.
木星のあたりか。木星？あのホログラムだ。あそこに
Also,
太陽系
just
が
back on what we were saying, I think because
後ろのホログラム
Roman is very clearly a locker room leader now, I think that could
Yeah.
be friction. Punk hasn't exactly spoken well of him, and he didn't exactly try and help him when he was coming up either. So,
No,
惑星が一つ
that's the same.
惑星が10個置いてる。
So
一つを
Ed rightfully copped that there is an extra planet when there shouldn't be.
took him a while.
Mm-hmm.
この惑星。これだけホログラムじゃない。よくわからん。
Get too old for this shit.
Yeah.
Why did you, especially what happens next?
Oh God!
Yeah.
なんてこった。タレコミ屋は石田だったのか。
The clue to that was, by the way, on the plaque, the Pioneer plaque, when you see like the red dot and a line, the actual symbol there is the family crest for Ishida.
上から見ると
So that was the clue that they killed him,
供養になる。
and the clue that it was actually him. all
Was
along.
the planet made by just a swarm of flies around his head?
つまり
Yeah, they're the mosquitoes we had with Chris earlier in the game.
この供養だったんだ。ジョナサン、感心してる場合じゃないぞ。徳川の殺人マスキートだ。俺たちも石田のように一滴も残らず血を吸い取られるぞ。罠か。
And yeah, they're literally all over the place. They've just started just blowing up the whole place.
ジョナサン、マスキートが攻撃してきたぞ。撃ち落とせ。
So why are the mosquitoes like so
撃ち落とされるぞ。
almost agitated?
Well, we don't know. Is the question. Like these are programmed, like bots essentially. So then, like just for us, like they are just literally just like pricking us each time. But we don't know why they're agitated. They just
No.
programmed to.
Don't ever do that. Oh my God! What a horrible move.
Oh, you have to look now.
Yeah. No.
That just seems like a
Don't-
leg breaker.
It just seems like a stupid fucking move that somebody's gonna die doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, incidentally, you don't have to like. Obviously, you can't like shoot all the things in here. You're just covering fire, essentially.
Mm.
逃げろ。このままではやられてしまう。
Yeah, you basically get the fuck out while you have the chance.
月面コーナーだ。
He was there all along. So the trick here is that if you had your laser on him the entire time, he'd have ducked. So we have to move your actual pointer away from him to actually for him to duck from cover.
やったか。